Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. What brings you in today?
Well, for the past few years, I've been going through a pretty big transition with having my older sister start school. She started school in Flagstaff a year before I started my freshman year here at school, and she moved away to Flagstaff in Arizona, so she's no longer living with us here.
Okay. So how does that make you feel that she's in a different part of Arizona?
It's been a little difficult because me and my sister are a year and like a half apart.
Mm-hmm.
So with our brothers, we have 3 older brothers being a few years older than us, like 4 or more. We're kind of like, it's the 2 of us in our family, and it's always been the 2 of us. And then going to high school with her made it very easy for me because my sister it was interesting because it would always be my sister would go through something and then I would follow, and my sister would show me like, okay, when I went through it, this is what I did, like going to high school and stuff. And now she is in college in Flagstaff, and I can't really turn to her and be like, okay, I don't know what to do. And she's very far apart. I feel very disconnected from her because she's not like, in another state, but we don't see each other very often because she's very busy with school. So
When I hear you say the disconnect, can you explain that just a little more?
well, I just feel like there's a lot of things that would happen, and I would be like, I want to tell my sister about that, and I couldn't immediately. I could text her, I could call her, but it's always different when we talk in person. We could talk for hours in person and go from one topic to another and another. So I could call her, but it would just be different, and I feel like we don't have that personal connection anymore. And when she does come to visit, I feel it come back, but never fully, because she would only come back for a few days, maybe a week if she has a break, or for summer like a month. But even in a month, I just feel like we don't have it anymore, and we can't build it up that much because we just don't have time.
So I hear you say that the time is kind of separating your relationship with your sister. Do you think when school is kind of out for the summer that maybe you could reconnect with your sister again?
She does come during the summer down here because, she didn't this past summer, and that was really difficult for me. But for the 2 summers before that, she did come and stay with us because she was in the dorm room and couldn't stay over summer.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt very normal for me to have her back, and I felt very comfortable. Like, it was a weird feeling just like waking up and I wouldn't eat until she would wake up, because that's what we would always do when we were in high school. We ate breakfast together, lunch together, dinner together, and it was immediate. When she came back, I knew to wait for her to eat breakfast, and I didn't even realize that it would be that quick. But there are definitely differences because we're both getting older, and we're not getting older together. We're in separate places and we have our own lives and stuff. So I feel like our personalities are changing. So when we try to have like that connection again, it's a little weird. She doesn't get some of my jokes. I don't really get some of her stories. Why she is telling me, like, I don't find them interesting. So you definitely see us like shifting away from each other when she comes to visit.
The shifting away that you mentioned, are you appreciating that? Like finding different things within yourself?
I feel yes, because I've always been her sister. Nobody really cared about me. Nobody cared about Jackie. She's Jocelyne's sister. So I kind of feel like now it was almost like I was forced to become my own person. Like it wasn't me and her. It was just me, and I had to figure out what I wanted to do with life. I needed to figure out school on my own. Like, if I have difficulty with something, I have to go in and find a solution, because I can't have her looking over me and going and doing it for me like she would most times in high school. I was really dependent on her for a lot. I honestly have not completed my FAFSA ever. She does it for me. She just puts in everything for me because she can just put in her same information and stuff, and it all goes through for me. And I have no idea how to do FAFSA, and I don't know if she's gonna do it for me again this year or next year with my last 2 years of school and stuff. And it's really concerning, but I definitely feel like I'm more prepared for what I may have to do on my own because of that. The fact that she like left me to like be on my own and stuff.
Okay, since we have some concerns with, you know, getting or developing into your own individual person, and at the same time you have you're experiencing some loss of the relationship of your sister, and it's not completely severed, but like it's developing in a different way. And and I understand, I see your concerns. Are when you talk about you becoming your own person, are you liking the person that you're becoming? Independent.
It's really weird because this might be a little deep, but
Okay.
I feel like maybe no. I feel like maybe like not having my sister there, not having other people there that maybe I had in high school, kind of be like my cover. It's just me now, and I feel like maybe like there's not much to me. Like I've always been somebody's sister, somebody's best friend, somebody's girlfriend, somebody's daughter. I've never been Jackie, and I'm like, I don't know how to be Jackie, and I don't know if I want to. I feel like I function better, or maybe I don't. Maybe that's just what me seeing that wrong. I feel like I'm better when I'm with somebody else because I can use them like in situations that I'm not comfortable. I can use them to be like, you deal with the uncomfortableness, so I don't have to. I feel like that's a big weakness of mine that I can't deal with that kind of stuff. Like really anything that makes me like not happy, anything that makes me sad, frustrated, I depend on other people to deal with that for me.
I hear you say that you use other people kind of like as a crutch, you know, kind of test the waters for you. And maybe there's like a concern for you to experience the ocean by yourself. And I think it's fabulous that you're going out and you're becoming your independent woman. You know, you're doing an amazing job at going to school on your own, and you're getting yourself back and forth places, and you know you're asking for help when you need help, and you know I think that you have a lot of good strengths. You know, I think developing those definitely are going to assist you with anything that you are going to have to overcome in the future, like performing your FAFSA.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of resources too that can help you fill those out. So,
yeah.
Do you think that you know you're in the future you'll be able to do those things on your own?
I definitely hope so. So I started working my first job in March, and that has been a major push for me. I mentioned this to some other people that I kind of, at 19, I was about to be 20 in March. I was kind of living like I was still a high schooler, but in college. I was just watching TV all the time and being in my room, and I would do homework, and then that was it, and I would just sleep all day and stuff. And having a job really pushed me to like have some responsibility and act like the adult that I was hoping I could become. And I think it definitely helped me realize like I found my job all on my own. I went to the interview, I practiced for the interview all on my own, and when I had to fill out all my paperwork to be able to like be hired or whatever, I did it all on my own, and that was like huge for me because I felt like, oh, what am I gonna do without my sister? Like, I want my sister to help me find a job. I want my sister to help me apply and stuff. But I did it all on my own, and I was able to do it. And now, I think I'm a pretty good employee. I'm just a cashier, so it's not like a heavy job, but I think I'm doing pretty good. I think I adjusted to it very quickly, and I didn't know that I could do that.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. That's definitely a good step in, into adult world. So that's fabulous, and that's good. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fabulous. Where do you see yourself going next? As far as dabbing into adulthood.
Well, I guess like very small scale, my immediate next step to become more independent would be driving, because I don't know how to drive. I depend on the bus or Lyft, like people give me rides, and my dad gives me rides all the time. Like he's always willing to, and that's like another issue of mine is that my parents are very babying of me because I am the youngest of the family and I'm the last one to still be living in the house. So I feel like I think maybe they saw how dependent I am, and they're kind of scared to force me to be independent. So they're like, I just want to help her as much as I can. But yeah, I think driving would be a huge, because it would be something that was mine, like the car itself, and I would have to learn to drive and actually drive and be attentive and stuff. And it would be on me if I was on time to places, if I was late to places, what time I needed to leave the house and stuff. That would completely be on me. I couldn't blame it on anybody else for being late or anything. So I think that would just be my immediate next step. And then eventually, with the fact that I am working now, saving up and moving out of my mom's house. But I don't plan on doing that anytime soon because I'm still in school. And I feel like maybe I could finish the first 4 years of school, which I'll be done 2020. So
okay,
I hope by then to at least be prepared, like have enough money, learn to drive already, be able to move out and be on my own.
I hear you say that you want to learn to drive. So do you think that, how do you feel that you can learn how to drive?
I have a bunch of people, like my brothers. I have 3 older brothers, and they're all telling me like, I'll totally teach you. And I have my dad would be like, yeah, I'll teach you, but nobody does it.
Okay.
And because I'm such like a dependent person, and I'm not very the type to make that jump, I feel very weird and not comfortable being like, you know what, tomorrow, this time, let's go to a parking lot and teach me to drive, because I'm very scared to drive. I have a lot of anxiety with being on the road and stuff, and just thinking of me being behind the wheel and me being the one that has to like be careful and be attentive of what everything is going on is really scary for me. So there's that part of me that wants to learn, that wants to be more independent and wants to do what I know I need to do as an adult, but then there's that part of me that's like, I'm so scared, so let's just stay in our safe place. If they don't tell me, let's go learn to drive, I'm like, that's cool, I'll stay right here. So yeah, there's definitely like, it's very hard for me to be like, learn to drive, because I don't really know what resources to use, and I don't really know like how to push myself to do that.
When you feel like you're ready to do it, I think you have opportunities, your brothers and your dad, and they're all willing to do it. And I guess they're maybe waiting for you to say, hey. And being that you are the youngest member of the family, there may be some protective, like, let's not let her do that yet. And so do you feel that that's like benefiting you as far as you wanting to become independent, them protecting you, and you're saying, yeah, that's okay with me, is my question would be, are you willing to step out of your comfort zone to get to your next level?
I think it's definitely going to be on me to do it. I don't see my parents ever forcing me to do anything that I don't want to do.
Okay.
I don't see anybody in my family really ever forcing me, so I think they're definitely going to be like, if you want to be in this house forever, if you don't want to drive forever, like, that's fine with me, like, we'll let you do that. So it's definitely going to be like, if I want to be happy with the life that I have, if I want to grow into a more adult life and adult self, it has to be me. I have to be the one to do it, which for me, like my how do I put this? When I first see that, I get frustrated because I'm like, no, help me. Like, I need help to do it. But then when I really think about it, I'm like, this is the best thing for me. For them to leave it to me, to leave it to be my responsibility. It's the best thing for me because there wasn't like a slow transition to try to, like my sister moving away. That was immediate. Me getting a job, it like happened out of nowhere. And now I'm working and I have a schedule and stuff. So I feel like that's the way to do things with me. You just have to do it. And it's hard, but I think having my parents and my brothers and stuff kind of leave that responsibility to me helps me kind of be like, not, how do I say this? It's my responsibility. It's me. So I can't put the blame on anybody else if I don't do anything. I can't shift the focus onto anybody else. I can't, like I mentioned earlier, whenever I'm uncomfortable, whenever I am not happy or something, I kind of push other people to deal with it. I don't have anybody who's willing to do that right now, like in this time of my life. So it's like I'm forced to deal with it, which is very helpful for me because I'm learning a lot about myself through these past few years.
I hear you say that you're willing to transition into adulthood and you're willing to take on the responsibilities and you have accomplished some of your goals and you're working towards, your bachelor's degree now. And, so you're doing a lot of things that are benefiting yourself right now and you're also, becoming more independent. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yeah, I definitely am. It's really easy for me to kind of focus on what I haven't done yet, what I need to do, what the future's going to be like and stuff. But I think if I really sit down and think about it, like, just the fact of me going to school and doing it on my own, going to work and doing it on my own, because I'm not very dependent on managers or supervisors at work. I deal with customers on my own because I feel very uncomfortable asking for work there because I don't know those people. So I try to do everything on my own, and when I think about that, it's really easy for me to realize, like, you think you're this kind of person, but maybe you're not. Maybe you can be the type of people who, like, I can be like my sister, I can be like my mom, I can be like my brothers. Because I always thought, like, I wouldn't move out of my mom's house until, like, I would have to wait till I was married and then go in to live with my husband's house or something like that. And then I grew up and I realized, like, I don't even know if I want to get married. That's definitely not